We hope you enjoy this episode of the Modern Arizona podcast. But first, an important message for our listeners.
Hello and welcome to the Modern Arizona podcast. You may have noticed we recently changed our name from the Modern Divorce Podcast to the Modern Arizona Podcast. Recently, our topics have gotten broader than simply divorce and family law related into topics that all Arizona families, professionals, and individuals might care about. So in keeping with our expanded scope and what you, our listeners, want to listen to, we are now the Modern Arizona Podcast.
Hello, this is Billie Tarascio, owner of Modern Law. We are a family law firm in Phoenix, Arizona with offices throughout the state. We've got attorneys who can help you with every aspect of your family law case. We have a legal clinic run by students for those of you who need budget-friendly resources. And we've got lawyers who've been practicing for more than 20 years. Collectively, Modern Law has more than 200 years of attorney experience. So when you hire Modern Law, you're not just getting an attorney, you are getting a team. If you live in Arizona and you need representation, call us at Modern Law today. That's 480-649-2905, 480-649-2905, or visit us at mymodernlaw.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Modern Divorce Podcast. I am here today with the Legal Clinic Director at Modern Law, Laura Chapman. Laura, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Laura has been a local family law attorney for almost 10 years and recently took on the project of supervising and running our legal clinic. So thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, of course. It's been great.
Yeah, well, tell people what is this legal clinic?
So we are offering services to people that need assistance and might not have the financial means to, or might not know which way to go to get started. So we're helping people draft petitions, helping them draft pretrial statements, preparing them with coaching and how to present their case in court, things like that.
Wonderful. And who provides these services?
The students do. So they meet with the clients. If they're helping them draft work, they draft it and then it gets reviewed by a supervisor. And then we give it back to the client with instructions on either how to file it or how to upload exhibits or how to serve it on the other party.
Wonderful. Sounds like a great learning experience for the students.
Yes, some of them have even been actually able to represent people in court too. So
Wow. Okay. So how many law students do you have?
we have 8.
Okay. And where do they go to school?
They're all over the place. Actually, we have one intern who is from, well, she lives here, but she's attending a law school in Minnesota. We have a few that are ASU, U of A, and then we also have Michaela, and she is from, I believe, South Dakota, I think, one of the Midwest states out there.
And
So
one person's from New York,
yes,
NYU maybe law, and then one person's at Notre Dame law.
yes, yep. So
So like they're from all over the place. Now, how did these law students from all over the country end up at Modern Law's legal clinic for the summer?
So we had an application process, and these were the top candidates that we believed would be a good fit. Nico, the one from Notre Dame, and Chloe from New York, they actually moved out here for the summer so that they could participate in the program. Michaela did as well. She'll be returning in August to her school. But yeah, they specifically wanted to come out here and work with Modern Law.
Wow. What an incredible opportunity for the students, but also for the community, because we don't have a legal clinic run by law students here in the Phoenix area.
No, there isn't anything similar to what we're doing that I know of. There's some pro bono days that I see here and there put on by the state bar, but this is something that has been getting up and going. It's gaining popularity. The students are getting busy and they're being able to help a lot of people that don't have access to legal services.
I love that so much. One of Modern Law's main core missions is increasing accessibility to legal services in different formats because not everybody's going to be able to get a 20-year veteran litigating attorney, but there's a lot of ways to access legal services.
Yes, absolutely. And another one of the processes that the clinic offers is a uh, free simplified process for modification of child support. I can say that correctly. Petition to modify child support, simplified process. So all the clients have to do is upload their documentation. Then one of the student interns drafts the paperwork, and we are able to give the nice clean packet to the client for them to file and get the process going.
Wonderful. What would you say most people are coming in to get help with? Is it child support?
No, I think a lot of it is just drafting the initial documents to get the case started. A lot of times that paperwork can be overwhelming when you go to the courthouse. It's a thick packet, and so we can help walk them through the steps of that.
I think that's a great use of the clinic because it really doesn't matter what you put in those petitions, in those initial filings.
Absolutely. It lays out their whole case. We want to make sure they aren't forgetting an asset or not checking a box for domestic violence or something like that.
Mhm.
So it's really important to have somebody check it over.
Okay, so a lot of people are starting their cases. What types of hearings have they been representing people at?
So Paige represented a client at a contempt conference and hearing. So we attended a little mediation right before, and then we were unable to reach an agreement. So we went to a hearing and she was successful and we got an award of attorney's fees. And
Wow,
yeah, she
that's
killed it
that's
on the
so
first one.
cool.
Yeah. Um, and we went up against another attorney and she was able to handle herself. You could tell the other attorney was kind of trying to play tough with her because she's a student, but she did great and I was there supervising, stepped in when she needed me, but other than that, she ran the case. So it was awesome.
That is so cool. Like it's cool for the client who wouldn't have been able to afford it otherwise. It's great for the student because you cannot buy that type of experience in law school. You really can't.
Right.
So
The other
that's so
one,
awesome.
yeah, we just did another one last week where we prepared for a full final trial. It was a dissolution, but there were several issues that had already been resolved. So it was just legal decision making. And the other side kind of dug their heels in. But when we got to the hearing, the judge kind of gave us some feedback. So we were able to ask the court to pause and let us renegotiate. And we were able to reach a settlement at the trial. So that was another really good experience for them to see that things can happen on the fly. You just always got to
Absolutely.
be prepared, and yeah,
Yeah.
great experience for them.
Courthouse settlements do happen, and especially when you introduce a lawyer at the last minute, I've seen them be more likely to happen under those conditions. Because if a lawyer's been around for a long time, we've already tried, right? We've tried
Right.
to have the conversation. But if at the last minute a new player comes in and maybe offers a new perspective, or the judge is like, like get out there and figure this out, people, it can be very effective.
Yes, absolutely.
Which student did that?
That was Paige and Jennifer, and then
Cool.
they're both Rule 39 certified, but then
Mhm.
Chloe, she's not Rule 39, so she helped on the back end with like exhibits, pretrial
Mhm.
statement.
Mhm.
So it was like a group effort just to make sure that we had everything done.
Awesome. What is Rule 39?
So that allows a student that is in law school to be able to practice in family court under the supervision of a licensed attorney. So they get a certificate from the school, they file it with the court here in Arizona, and then once that's approved, then we can file with the court in certain matters if they're going to be entering an appearance. So I'll put my notice of appearance as a supervising attorney, and then we just do like a notice that they're going to be assisting with the matter as well.
That is so cool. Tell me, how's the experience been for you?
It's been great. It's kind of been a learning curve for me too, a first time doing this, but it's been amazing. And the students are just so eager to learn that it's made it so good for me because I just want to give them all the experience. Like, this is what I wish I had had in law school. And so anything that I can get them, I'm giving to them, like research, different cases, weird, funky issues that are happening. And they're taking it all in. Nobody's pushed back or said, I can't handle that or anything. They're very eager.
So cool. Has
Mhm.
it been difficult for you to both practice law and supervise 8 students?
It's been a little tricky, but I have a great paralegal, Tiffany, who is helping me through it. And my caseload was kind of at a place where I could still help with the clinic because that's taking a little more than half of my time, but still focus on the cases too. So it's a good balance right now. But yeah, it's been a great team effort, and I am so happy with everybody that we're working with.
This is Billie Tarascio, owner of Win Without Law School and Modern Law. Win Without Law School is a program that operates nationally and helps people who are representing themselves or who just need more help. If you are in a family court case and you're feeling confused, you need direction, you need help figuring out questions to procedural or strategic issues, Win Without Law School can help. At Win Without Law School, you've got 2 experienced attorneys, me and my partner Julie Lebenz, who can guide you through the court process and help you troubleshoot your case. You've got access to courses, planners, checklists, and live Q&A. Our live Q&A is where you can get help from us and your community. We also have a closed Facebook group just for members where you all can share your experience, share your pleadings, get advice, and mentorship. Join us today at winwithoutlawschool.com. That's winwithoutlawschool.com. So this was an experiment. We weren't sure how it was going to go. We only committed to doing it for the summer to just see how it was going to go. And at this point, we decided to keep the clinic open year round.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think it'll allow our name to be out there, and people know that if they have problems getting started or they don't have the financial opportunities to get assistance with drafting the documents, that they know they can come to us and we can have a couple interns or people that are available to take on that caseload.
Yeah, it'll certainly be scaled back during the school year because the students will not be here full time. They'll be in
Right.
school plus working part time. And we probably, we can't have all 8 because many of them are going back to their home states, but we
Right.
will keep it open, which is exciting. Now, we only do limited scope work. Can you explain what that is?
Yes, that is when we assist a client with a very narrow issue. So, most commonly, attorneys enter their general notice of appearance. So that means you're representing them for everything, any court hearing that comes up, discussions with opposing counsel or opposing party. That's a general notice of appearance. But the limited scope is really focused on one issue. So if a client wants assistance with drafting a resolution statement, then we make sure that our fee agreement and our work is narrow to just preparing that resolution statement for them. So we're not required to appear in court or have any discussions with the other party.
Got it. What's the cost of services?
The minimum retainer is $1,000, and the attorney rates are reduced for that, as well as the paralegal supervisors who are doing the supervising of the students. And then the intern's hourly rate is $100 an hour. And same practices, we bill in 0.1 increments. And then the clients receive a detailed invoice so they can see what work was done, what money was used, and what's left in their trust account.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and thank you for helping with the clinic. You didn't have to. And I really, really appreciate you and all of your help and all of the mentorship that you have given our students.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I appreciate your confidence. And I hope to keep working with the clinic.
Thanks so much for listening to the Modern Divorce Podcast. Remember, anything you've heard today or anything you read online is not the replacement for actual consultation with an attorney and does not create an attorney-client relationship. Even if you called in and we spoke to you, you are anonymous and we don't have your details and you have not become a client of Modern Law. However, we would love to speak with you, or you should seek out the advice of legal counsel or counseling or any other expert near you. And if you have an idea for a show topic or you need to speak with an attorney in Arizona, you can reach me at info@mymodernlaw.com.